Hi, Jack Canfield here again with Talking About Success. My next guest is Corliss from Canada. She's the founder of With Purpose Consulting and Motivation and the author of an upcoming book that I'm really excited about that has to do with living your life with purpose. And you are you're just so many things. I wish we had like 10 minutes just to introduce all the success you've had. But for more than 20 years, she's balanced all the different aspects of her life, responsibilities of being a successful entrepreneur. She's raised is raising three children. It's her mission now to share her experience with others and make a positive difference in the world, which you're already doing. So I'm excited about that. But let's talk about your work. What got you on the path of your current work, your current mission, which I find very exciting, by the way?
So I was in my business for a very long time, and I found I was just getting maybe a little bit bored and really just feeling like I needed to reignite my passion. And as I dove into what it was that I really love to do, what I really love is coaching and mentoring people and helping them find out what really drives them, and of course stay with them until they meet their goals.
And why are you so passionate about this?
Because I love people, and I love feeling alive and excited about my life. I want people to feel that way as well.
That's beautiful. That's pretty much the way I live my life as well, so I can relate to that. Now, how are you sharing? You have a message, very important message about the power of living life with a purpose.
Yes.
And following that purpose with passion and commitment and conviction and self-confidence and all those wonderful things. And I just found out today that Corliss, your name, comes from, I forget the exact early language, probably Greek or something like that means free of care, free of worry. And so you have that sparkle, that you have all that going for you. So I think that your name is so appropriate. But tell us a little about the work and how you're bringing that to the world right now. What are you doing? What are the formats for all that?
Yeah, well, we've been doing conferences, so we've had workshops. We started with vision board workshops, and then we moved into doing a 4-week program that I did name Lead Your Life, mostly because it dives into helping people find their purpose, but then also making a plan and overcoming obstacles that might be in their way for actually living and achieving that purpose every single day in their lives. From there, we wanted to have a bigger reach, so we did a 1-day empowerment conference. That was an amazing success on so many levels, not just for myself, but how I measure that is really by the feedback that I've been getting from the people who were actually in attendance at the conference.
And what are the core beliefs or principles that your work's founded on? I mean, you founded this company, you're doing these workshops, you're speaking, you're writing a book about it. What are the underlying principles and beliefs that shore all this work up?
Well, I really believe that life is short and we should live it, and we should live it, very intentionally. And in order to do that, we need to connect to what's really important to us. And then, from there, like myself, I wasn't living as excited as I wanted to be. And I feel like there's a lot of other people that are out there like that are just living on autopilot, consumed by responsibilities, going through the routine of life and the motions, and really just not in control of their own destinies. So finding purpose and then helping them, align goals with that purpose is really what makes this so special and so powerful for people.
Great. You've got a book that you're writing.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about what's in the book.
Well, the book is all about being self-directed and about, identifying, purpose. But then it's also really about taking those steps to have the courage to overcome any, mindset issues, change the way you think, believe in yourself, maybe alter those limiting beliefs to believe something different so that you can truly, live full out with exactly who you are and who you're meant to be.
And I think we were talking before you came on air about I think your first section was also about taking responsibility, not blaming other people. Talk a little bit about that and how that's worked in your life.
I really believe that that's the first step. In order to be a leader of yourself, you need to really embrace the fact that your life is your responsibility. And whatever's going on in it is directly, connected to either an action that you've taken, a thought that you've had, or a decision that you've made. And instead of being a victim to that, I feel like our real power comes from embracing it, accepting it, and saying, this is who I am, this is where I'm at, and that's based on my decisions. And now, if I want to change it, the first thing I need to change is myself.
So you're bringing this book out at this point in time. Why do you think it's so important? Why is this such a need right now, do you think?
Well, I believe that our world is evolving, and as we evolve, so does our purpose. And you know, in the world today, I feel that there's a lot of maybe narcissism that lives in there, a lot of people who are playing victim. I'd like to really see people empowered, you know, empowered and choosing something different and feeling more passionate, not passionate, but in control of what they want to be and what they want to do through finding a purpose.
Good. And you know, you've talked about these workshops. You talked about, I think it was 138 people in this last one you just did. And you had asked people to send in stories about when they had chose to take responsibility and lead their life.
Yes.
And you said some of them made you cry and gave you goosebumps and all of that.
Yes.
Can you remember any of those stories?
I can't off the top of my head, and I'd actually have to ask permission from those people to share them. But at some point, I think that that's going to make it into the classes, into the workshops, into the presentations, perhaps into the book, if people allow that. People are really, truly powerful. And I think a lot of times women in particular don't credit themselves for how powerful they are. And by giving them the exercise to say, you know, when is a time that you led your own life? They had to really dive in and really think about it. Of course, I dangled a little carrot there and said, hey, you'll get into the grand prize draw if you do that. And then it challenged them to do that. And the stories were amazing. Like, people don't credit themselves for the everyday decisions that they make them so strong and so courageous.
So part of that is getting people to realize, well, I have taken responsibility and taken charge of my life.
Exactly.
So now I can do it again.
Yes.
Cool. I love that.
Yeah.
So one of the frustrations of doing this show is that I have several guests and I have to like stop and move to the next one. So I could talk to you forever. So if people want to find out about you, your workshops, your speaking, your book, where do they go? How do they get in touch
Well, they
with
go
you?
to corliss.ca because I am, of course, from Canada. So it's www.corliss.ca. I do have a Facebook following and a business page, Corliss with Purpose, Consulting and Motivation. I'm on Instagram, Corliss with Purpose. And overall, I'm just Corliss. So you can find me anywhere.
Beautiful. I love it. Well, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you, Jack. It's been just an amazing day. Thank you.
Well, if you're looking for more purpose, more passion, more fulfillment, more ease in your life, which you deserve, by the way, I really encourage you to check out her website and get in touch with her and her work. So stay tuned. We'll be right back after this message.